Some recipes take time and preparation to come up with, but every once in a while, a banger is just born out of pure chaos on a Tuesday night. This recipe emerged from necessity, and it has not left the rotation since. We're making crispy buffalo ranch chickpea tacos. Spicy, tangy, packed with flavor, and ready in 20 minutes. From here, let's just talk about what you're gonna need. Cooked chickpeas, buffalo sauce, vegan ranch, vegan mozzarella, small flour tortillas, green onions, and some spices. All right, prep on this recipe is about as simple as it gets. We're starting out by draining and rinsing our chickpeas, then dumping them straight into a bowl. Now, with the universal utensil, known as a fork, we're mashing these down, and I want to be pretty specific here. We're not going for hummus. We're not trying to obliterate these things. What we want is a mix. Some chickpeas fully mashed, some just broken in half, and a few that are basically still whole. That mix, that variety, that's the texture that makes every bite interesting. This recipe is really similar to another one that I make. It's a crispy black bean tacos. Those things, but the method I use for those is a food processor, which I don't recommend here. That first time I made it, I made hummus, buffalo chickpea ranch hummus to be exact. So it was like a paste on the tacos. Yeah, the kids still ate it, but they had questions. So did I. Rightfully so. All that to say, chunky is the move. Once you have the desired texture, add buffalo sauce, vegan ranch, garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. Stir that all together until everything is fully coated. You'll immediately smell what we're going for. That hit of heat from the buffalo, that cool tang of the ranch. It's like that game day smell. Hard to describe, but you know what I'm talking about. Next, we're folding in some sliced green onions. This is optional, but it really does add to the mix. Those green onions are doing two things here. They bring a little crisp to the texture to contrast all that soft, saucy filling, and they add this fresh bite that cuts through the richness of the cheese I'm planning to add later, which again is also optional. Our mix is now finished, and we're going to bring a baking tray out and then start out by laying a few tortilla shells out too. Lay the tortillas flat, and you're gonna spread about 3 to 4 tablespoons of chickpea mix onto half of each of the tortillas. As I said before, if you want to add it, now's your chance. A little vegan mozz right over the filling. And then from here, we're simply gonna fold the tortilla shut, lifting the empty half of the tortilla onto the filling half. Vegan mozz is a good choice here. It's mild, it melts beautifully, and it doesn't compete with the buffalo and ranch. You can swap for the cheddar, which is more assertive. It'll still taste good, but it also might taste like a bit of an identity crisis, as it may compete for attention amongst the other ingredients. Okay, pause. We're using a few processed ingredients here. So how can we be smart about this? We want to make sure sodium isn't, cramping our style. Outside of limiting our cheese, we could also choose a good brand for our tortillas. Then again, making those homemade isn't that bad, but we would need to have done that ahead of time. Another way is our chickpeas. You could either have meal prepped some chickpeas beforehand that you were planning to use later in the week, or they do make cans that are no sodium, and you don't only have to do chickpeas. You could do cannellini beans, butter beans, as I think those are also some great options in this recipe. From here, we're gonna continue to fold these closed, and we're gonna repeat the steps until all our tacos are ready to be cooked. Now, we could cook these a few different ways. You can go with the oven method or the air fryer method, and what I'll do is I'll link it in the description on how you can do that. But for me, the skillet is going to give it that street taco feel, just something that feels a little good, feels a little like takeout. So I'm gonna go that route. Bring a skillet to the stove on medium heat, then add some olive oil. We want the oil to be hot before the tacos go in. You should hear a sizzle the moment they hit the pan. If you don't hear anything, the pan isn't ready. And what you're gonna do is end up steaming the tacos instead of crisping them up. We're going to cook these for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. You're looking for the taco shell to turn completely gold, and it will also have that fresh, crisp sound when you scrape it with a spatula. If you're newer to the kitchen, you may want to do these one at a time, just so you have the maximum space you need to flip them over. Then, once you're feeling more confident, you could move to something like 2 at a time, just to help speed it up and get it to the dinner table a bit faster. Or lunch table, or breakfast table. I don't judge, I'm just proud of you for being here. And there you have it, 20 minutes, 1 bowl, 1 skillet. That's all it takes to have something this good on the table any night of the week. If you have kids, you know exactly what chaos feels like. Our schedule has been absolutely relentless. Feels like we're running a 24/7 taxi service between theater rehearsals, dance, other random practices, and simply trying to make sure their schoolwork is done before the end of the day. On this specific Tuesday, the calendar won. We walked through the door late and everyone is completely wiped. And the kids were already in that stage of, I'm starving, but probably on level 10. I didn't have time to cook, let alone cut a single ingredient. And if you're one of those people that are thinking, okay, order takeout, yeah, right. What takeout is gonna be ordered and be here in 20 minutes, let alone also be inexpensive? Did I mention it's also really expensive? So I went to the pantry and I look like a cartoon character just throwing things out. I need something fast, high protein, quick, anything. You know that glory sound when you stumble upon a really good idea? Yeah, that was me when I caught eyes with the chickpeas. That full recipe can be found linked in the description, or head right on over to my website, makeitdairyfree.com. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Until next time, you know what to do. You know what? I still need to say it. Believe in good. Peace.